Hi everyone. Today's lesson is about the combination of addition and subtraction of integers. All right, so if you're not able to watch the video about addition of integers only and subtraction of integers, I encourage you to watch those videos, especially about addition of integers because what I'm gonna do here is I will focus on the rules of adding integers. Okay. Um, in the previous two videos that I created, you normally see that the second number is enclosed in a parenthesis if it's negative. Now, in some cases or in most cases in algebra, you will not see parentheses, okay? Just like this one, we have a negative 5 plus 5 minus 2 plus 7, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I am not going to use the subtraction rule. I want you to focus on the addition rules. So that is, if they have the same signs, we will add them and then simply copy the sign of the two numbers. If they have different signs, we subtract them and then copy the sign of the larger number. Okay, so we will apply those rules. So for example, in this problem, we have negative 1 plus 5 minus 2 plus 7. Now I mentioned minus 2 and you might be thinking, oh, that's minus. So we need to use the subtraction rule. Well, yes and no. In algebra, the minus sign is also a negative sign at the same time. So what I'm going to do here is I will not use the subtraction rule per se, but actually in doing this procedure, you are applying that. So what I mean by that is this. When you encounter a problem like this, you see don't there's no parenthesis whatsoever. When you read that minus 2, that's also the same as negative 2. So what I'm going to do here is this. I will separate the integers. So the 1 will be negative, the 5 will be positive, 2 will be negative, and 7 is obviously positive. Alright, so I will just apply the addition rules. So to answer this one, what I'm going to do is I will add first the negative numbers. So negative 1 and negative 2. Yes, I will consider that 2 as negative. So negative 1 and negative 2, that's negative 3. They have the same signs. You just need to add them. And then I will add 5 and 7 because both of them are positive. That will be 12, right? So this will be negative 3 plus 12. Okay, they have different signs. So remember the rules of adding integers. If two numbers have different signs, the final answer is the sign of the final answer depends on the sign of the larger number. The larger number here is 12 and it's positive. So the final answer should be positive. And what are we going to do with the two numbers? We will subtract them. So this is 12 minus 3, which is 9. So the answer is positive 9. You can check that. You can use calculator and type negative 1 plus 5 minus 2 plus 7, and it will be equal to 9. All right, let's answer the second number. Okay, so here, when I read this, when a student actually read this kind of problem, it'll be 8 minus 10 minus 14 plus 2. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you read it like that, you're thinking about subtraction rule. And when you think about the subtraction rule, because there's so many numbers here, then it's going to mess up your mind. So my advice is this. Treat that minus sign as negative. Meaning, 8 is positive, 10 will be negative 10, 14, consider that negative 14, and 2 is obviously positive. And just like what we did in the previous example, we add 8 and 2 because they have the same signs. They're both positive, so that'll be 14. 10 and 14 are both negative. We will consider them as negative. They have the same sign, so we will subtract them, add them, sorry. So the answer will be negative 24, right? That's negative 10, negative 14, same sign, the answer will be negative 24. Okay, so now we have, okay, I'm gonna separate this in two. We have a 10 and a negative 24. Okay, think about the addition rule. So it's like adding 10 plus negative 24. Okay, they have different signs, so that means we need to subtract them. The answer will be negative because 24 is higher than 10. So since we need to subtract them and they have different signs, the answer will be negative 14. All right. So that's answer number 3. I have 3 more examples here for you. Hopefully you will get by this time. Hopefully you can get what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so here we have negative 2. Again, when you read this, it's negative 2 minus 5 minus 6 plus 10 minus 1. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you answer this, I want you to draw a vertical line like this and consider that 5 negative, consider that 6 negative, and again, consider that 1 negative. So now we're dealing with negative 2, negative 5, negative 6, and a negative 1. And then think about the addition rules. Those four integers are all negative, so we need to add them. So that's negative 2, negative 5 is negative 7, and then negative 6 is negative 13, and then 1 will be negative 14. So add those four integers, that'll be negative 14. 2, 5, okay. Next is plus 10. So negative 14 plus 10, they have different signs. We need to subtract them. That'll be 4. Since 14 is higher than 10 and 14 is negative, the final answer will be negative. Yeah, you can check your calculator, type those numbers, and you will see that the answer is negative 4. Okay? So forget about the subtraction rule. You just need to draw those vertical lines, and when you read it, you can read it as minus 5, but you have to treat that one as negative 5. Okay? So here we only have one negative number, and that's 8. Okay, let's treat that 8 as negative 8. And the 4 positive, obviously that 2 is positive. So we have 3 positive numbers here. Let's add those 3. That will be 13. Okay, so this is minus 8. So minus 8, they have different signs. So obviously we need to subtract them. That will be 5. The higher number is positive. So this is positive 5. I just put the plus sign there to emphasize that that's positive 5. All right. Okay, let's go to the last example. Oh, this one has a lot of numbers. So try to answer this one on your own. Pause the video, answer this, and then play it again if you already have the answer, and then we will check if we have the same answer. Okay? All right, so let's answer this one. Again, what I'm gonna do is this. I will consider that 7 as negative. I will consider that 2 as negative. Again, this 2 is also negative. So we have 3 positives, 5, 8, and 9, and 4 negatives. Let's add the negatives first. 3, 7, 2, and 9. That'll be 12. So this is negative 12. Negative 2, negative 4. Yeah, that's negative 12, but there's another negative 2 here. Let's add that, negative 2. So that'll be negative 14. So 3, 7, 10, 2, and 2, that's 14. Let's add the 3 negative numbers. I mean positive rather. So 9, 8, that's 17 plus 5 equals 22. So this is plus 22. Okay, so they have different signs. We need to subtract them. Higher number is positive, so the answer will be positive. So 22 minus 14 is equal to 8. And that will be the answer.